So this is a separation techniques question, and what they want us to do is produce a plan to separate pure water from this mixture and test to show that the water is neutral. So it's kind of two parts. I like to break this into parts to try and help me. So we've got to separate the water and then we've got to test to show it's neutral. And they're going to have some equipment to help start us off with this. So what I would do first of all is I would include a diagram, and the diagram that we need to show is distillation. So this is the equipment as it should be set up. So as you can see here, you've got your round bottom flask, and this contains water with the dissolved solid in. And above that, we've got a thermometer sat here just by the condenser, and the whole thing is sealed by a plug to stop anything escaping. The side arm comes down into condenser. The condenser has got cold water around it, so that's to cool down anything that comes inside the condenser. And at the end here, where the condenser comes out, we've got a conical flask or a beaker you could draw, and this is going to collect anything that comes through. So this collects the distillate, and in our case, this will be the pure water. So I would have a diagram labeled, and you're going to get marks for that because that's going to show people how you're going to set your equipment up. Then what I would do is I would say to people that you've got your equipment set up as shown in the diagram, and we're going to heat the flask here, and the water starts to evaporate, and as it evaporates, it will rise up the up to the condenser. The water will boil eventually, and it will keep on turning to gas and keep coming up through here. When it comes through here, the thermometer should give a reading of 100 degrees. As the water comes inside, or the water vapor, comes inside the condenser is cold, so the condenser will cool the water vapor down. The water will then condense, and when it condenses, it forms pure water because the solid that's dissolved in it will remain inside the round bottom flask over here. And then the pure water will come out and be collected as the distillate inside the conical flask. So that's kind of the first part of the method. The second part, it says test to show it's going to be neutral. There's two ways to test this. You could use a pH probe, and if you use a pH probe, you would stick it in and you get looking for a reading of pH 7 to show that it's neutral. Or you could use universal indicator, and if you use universal indicator, you'd add a few drops to the water, and if it's neutral, it will turn green. Make sure you show them either the pH or the color it will turn to prove that it is neutral.